All right, you guys, we are back with another podcast. Right now, I have Mrs. Kamisha Jordan on the line.
Hey.
She is the owner of Simply Southern Cleaning Solutions, correct?
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna get that changed next year. Don't worry.
Okay. So, Miss Kamisha, I'm gonna let you have the floor. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. Tell them how you started your company. Tell them what made you want to start a cleaning business, and just tell them a little bit about yourself, a little background.
Okay. Well, I'm from South Georgia. Simply Southern Cleaning Solutions started in 2019, back in March. So I've been at it for roughly a year and some change. I just started getting my feet wet in the business this year. I was full time working for somebody else last year. So jumping both feet into cleaning. I started it because cleaning was something that gave me peace. Like, I put my headphones in and I go to cleaning. I can probably clean a whole house in an hour because I'm so focused, so locked in. But that's what gave me the idea, just because it was something that literally gave me peace. And
Right.
once I started, it was it. And me personally, I have 2 children now. When I started, I had one. I had my daughter this year. She's 7 months. I got a 7-year-old son. That's really about it. I got a bachelor's degree in business marketing. I graduated back in 2014, and I just been working ever since.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You actually started your cleaning company this year, correct?
Yes and no. So on paper, I started last year, but
Okay.
I didn't start actually working until this year. I started trying last year. I won't say I didn't do anything at all last year. Last year was when I got the blueprint, so to speak, done for the business. And this year just really gave me that oomph to physically go out and do what I need to do to get the ball rolling on my own.
Right. So right now, are you working full time in your business, or are you still working for your other job?
So I'm working full time in my business now. Originally, when the first of this year, I was still working full time for somebody else. But at the end of July, I decided to go full time in my cleaning business.
Oh, all right. You decided to go full time. Y'all heard it. Okay, she had to take a leap of faith, right?
I did.
All right. So you're working full time in your business. I need to know, what was the biggest struggle that you had starting your business, just trying to get it off the ground? You're still fresh in this. What has been those struggling moments for you?
Where do I start? So, in the cleaning industry, being new, the bigger clients are sort of not necessarily scared of you, but they're apprehensive on what you can do for them. So that's been a really big hurdle, but you can definitely overcome that with conversation. Sales and marketing will be a good background to help overcome something like that. Another thing is just making sure you have what you need on the business side of your business, making sure you have your EIN number situated with your business, and making sure you got all your regulations with the state. Where you need to be. Insurance has been a really big hurdle. Getting compliance for certain jobs has really been a really big hurdle. But insurance was definitely probably the toughest one.
Okay. Can you go into a little bit of detail of what was so tough about the insurance part?
Yes. So
what were the requirements that they asked you?
You got different types of insurance, of course, when building your business. You got your general liability, which you have to have. You got workers' compensation. You got auto insurance. If I guess you have to have auto. That's really big in this industry, especially with cleaning. But I start with general liability. General liability was sort of easy when it came to getting it. I went through Hiscox. So they made it a really simple process when it came to getting my general liability. I went ahead and paid it up for the year, so I wouldn't have any issues with that. that's one of the first things any client wants when they even decide they want to go with your company. W-9 has really been a really big one too. That's automatic W-9 that they ask for outside of general liability. That was a breeze. When I started doing my workers' compensation, that was the toughest one. Workers' compensation and umbrella insurance. Umbrella it's basically a extra set of insurance on top of that general liability. That's been sort of a tough one because, again, being a new company, you don't really have enough history for them to look back at to take that risk with giving you that insurance. I got it. It was a struggle. The process for them to even give you the quote is anywhere from 24 hours to 2 weeks. So that was a tough thing. And of course, anybody who owns a cleaning business knows that time is of the essence. Everything is like, you need to happen right now. And with that insurance, they're like, slow down. We have to take our time to do this. So that's been, that umbrella was definitely a tester.
Right.
Workers' comp it took about a few days for me to get that. Again, they say, we got to wait a few days to get you this quote back, underwriting. Got that done. The limits weren't really bad. I think I needed $1 million or something like that for workers' comp as well. So that wasn't bad. It was just the umbrella that was really, really tough.
Okay. So, how did you hear about Tenacity Academy?
So I actually saw your interview. I'm with AJ Simmons.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
We did an interview with him. I saw you were in Georgia with your cleaning company, and I was like, oh yes. Our legalities, as far as that's where when I first saw your interview with AJ, that's where I was in my business. I was getting everything in the background set up, making sure I had that the tax information correct. And once I saw that you were in Georgia, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta follow her. So I started following you on Instagram.
Okay.
And watching your videos and things like that. And you started Tenacity Academy shortly after I started following you, and I knew then I had to get into your program.
Awesome. Great. So yes, you definitely thank you for believing in Tenacity Academy, because it is a new program. So I'm still a baby at this, everything's fresh, so I'm learning my clients. It's just like starting a cleaning business all over. Any business that's fresh, you have to learn the struggles of it and have to, kind of tweak it as you go along and stuff. And when you came on at one of our packages that was customized for you, right?
Yes.
So what I want to talk about is what value we were able to provide to you through that package deal. I think you got 3 leads.
Yes, I did.
3 leads. But we ended up giving you like 4.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about all of your walkthroughs and how those leads went for you.
Okay, the customized package added a lot of value. You helped me with one thing I was struggling with was getting the confidence to go out and actually talk to customers and not being afraid of basically somebody saying no when that's really essentially all they can say. And you just move forward. You help me structurally, help me, learn to build systems, help me to learn how important building a system was for my business, as far as me getting out of the cleaning myself and learning how to grow. The leads have been amazing. So you gave me restaurant leads. I was definitely afraid of that. Oh my God. When I first saw that first lead and it said a restaurant, I said, okay, she pulling out the big guns. All right. Mm-hmm. I was terrified, but I knew I needed to do it. So first lead was with Longhorn restaurant. It's more than one, so it was a little bit of cross time, but was perfectly fine. I was familiar with the restaurant, went in, spoke with him. He actually let me do the walkthrough myself, so that helped. He told me what he wanted done, like bathrooms, back of the house. He said, I want you to, go do what you need to do, take your measurements, and come find me in my office. Okay, cool. So I go, that helped build my confidence because I knew I didn't have anybody watching me.
Right.
I knew I needed to go in, do what I needed to do, and get back there to him as quickly as possible, so he wouldn't, first of all, wouldn't think I was taking forever just to get some measurements in 2 bathrooms. So I did that. Discussed what he wanted done. He gave me his email address. You know, hey, he was super nice. I gave him his quote, and I followed up with him, and he's still, you know, reviewing or whatever, but he told me to give him another call, which is perfectly fine with me. That's better than a no. Secondly, was at Cheddar's, another restaurant. By this time, I was confident. I wasn't worried anymore. So I get in. He's super nice again. A guy by the name of Chris, real energetic. They wanted dusting done. This one was more of a specialty cleaning, which was perfectly fine with me. He said they had a really big issue with dust. And went in, talked to him, sent him his quote. He was actually really happy with it. Spoke with the managing partner when I gave him a follow-up call, and he said basically, you know, they weren't doing much right now. They wanted to wait until the beginning of the year, so to give him a call back then, and they would see what they wanted to do by then, which is perfectly fine because, you know, people haven't been in due to COVID. I completely understand. Yeah. The other 2, I got gatekeepers. Of course. They ain't here right now. You know, I let them know you came. So I'm still working to follow up with the actual person who makes the decisions instead of the gatekeeper. So stay tuned for that one.
Yes. Okay, awesome. And I try to motivate people and let them know that every bid is, I mean, you're not going to win them all. You know what I mean? I don't win them all, okay? And I use my own personal lead generation for my company, so I know it works. And I mean, I realize everyone that we send you on is not going to be a winner for you. Mm-hmm. It's very important that you don't let that get you down, that you don't, you know, like, this ain't working, you know. Yeah. Because I told you, it's a reason why it's only a certain amount of people win in this business. Mm-hmm. And those are the ones that are determined and they steady follow up. You know, did you get the bid? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying be sickening and call them every day, but I'm saying don't you give up. Don't give up on your drive, because a lot of people in the beginning, they're hungry. And it only lasts about a week or 2, okay? Yeah. I need you to be hungry for the whole year at least. Yep. And I need you to be determined for the whole year at least, okay? Because it didn't happen for me overnight. I had to continuously follow up with these people every day, because obviously they agreed to a walkthrough. Somebody agreed to the walkthrough. So it's a legit walkthrough. You follow up with these people, whether they say yes, no, maybe, or the contract ends in 6 months or whatever. Follow up. Have your CRM programs systemized so that you can continuously follow up with these people. Okay? Follow-ups, the money is in the follow-up. I can't stress it at all. I can't stress it enough. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we got some good news from you yesterday. You know I got to get into it. We got some good news. So explain to the people about your good news that you got yesterday.
So one of the guys by the name of Chris, I had my office manager call him and do the follow up. He gave us the approval for the quote. And he told us to just give him a call back between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. this morning to talk with the guy above him so that they can get the sign off for the quote.
This is your first account, correct? This is your very first account.
And Tenacious Academy.
Yes. So this account is actually attached to more. You have I believe if I quote you right, you said that you have access to other restaurants.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay. The owner the company that owns these restaurants has like at least 10 other restaurants in town. So it could lead to more jobs.
That's a blessing. So if you're doing good at this point, if you're doing good with that one account, it can lead to 10 other accounts, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
ma'am.
Because he's connected with all those accounts.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how you build. You know what I mean? That's golden. And I'm proud of you. You know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely proud of you. So with these new accounts that you have, are you planning on hiring employees or contractors?
I'm still weighing my options on that one, like the pros and cons of each W-2 or 1099. Also with insurance, they ask those types of questions. Are you going to subcontract? How often are you going to subcontract? Right. What percent of your business is going to be subcontract? And so it's a thin line you have to tread with them too. But I definitely probably would do both, just so the restrictions that you do have for the 1099 won't necessarily apply to your W-2 people. So you have a little bit more flexibility with your actual employees.
Yeah. So if you're looking for doing employees, people, because I always get these questions between employees, contractors. Employees, they wear your shirts. You're a little bit more flexible with them. Contractors, you're restricted more because they are independent contractors, no different than being a business, a small business that's attached to your business. Okay. So remember, when you're onboarding independent contractors, you have to onboard them the same way people onboard you.
Yep.
Okay. So pay attention to when you're getting these contracts. What I used to do was pay attention to the way they onboard me and the paperwork that they give me, because I'm a contractor. You know, so what I used to do was just mirror that. You know, if they ask for W-9 background, general liability, workers' comp, you know, all this little stuff that they used to ask me, I would mirror that, and that's the formula that I would use for my contract.
You know? Because you're definitely gonna need that W-9. Same thing everybody asking me before. You're gonna need that W-9 from that 1099 employee.
Definitely. And when you have employees, you can put them underneath your insurance. Your employees, all your employees could be under your insurance. But other than that, what advice would you give people that are just starting off, just like you? You decided to press the go button in 2020, even though you started the business in 2019. Something came in and you said, "Hey, I got to start this business." What would you give the person, advice that you would give the person that's just thinking, they still thinking about starting it, they don't know, they're not sure, they're scared of taxes, they're scared of insurance, they're scared of bills, they're scared of responsibilities. It goes on, you know, the list goes on. What would you give these people?
2 things. Don't be afraid to start the business, and don't be afraid to invest in the business. A lot of people get it and oh, that's too much. Oh, I got to spend that on this and that. Oh, what? It's not gonna work. If you get into a business, any business, this one or any, this type of business or any other one, being afraid to invest in it will hurdle your entire operation. You'll feel like you did it for no reason. Don't be afraid to invest. Investing is what's gonna make the company grow. That was a big thing. Coming in with an employee mindset too. Throw that out the window. Because you won't last. You won't last at all. Right. Thinking you gotta thinking this that you're gonna be a business owner from 10 to 5 and you can do what you want to do nope, it won't work. You won't get far. You're gonna work more, but the reward will be better. So that's the advice I give them. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to invest and to just do it. And then a bit of advice that I got when I first started that I remember and never forget. I forget who said it, but it stayed in my head. Don't be afraid to hire somebody to do what you can't do.
Right.
So in anything you feel like you struggle at or you have a weakness in, hire for it. Save up enough money before you quit your job or to do anything else. Pull out of 401ks. You gonna wait till you're 60 to do it? Nah, pull a little bit out of there to help yourself, pull yourself up.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. Don't be afraid to hire for what you cannot do.
Exactly.
That's been the greatest piece of advice.
Yes. I can only agree, because all of my not so strong points, I have to have a VA for it. I have to have a contractor. Somebody has to take care of it, because I know I'm only one person, single mom, 5 kids. I got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And you can't run a 6-7 figure business and do it all by yourself. You're gonna burn out.
I had to learn that too.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning, you're gonna wear a lot of hats. You're gonna do a whole lot, but you're gonna burn yourself out. Other than that, I would like for you to tell the people where they can find you at. Give them your email address, your number, your IG, whatever information, in case somebody wants to reach out to you and ask any questions or whatever for Simply Southern. Where can they find you?
Now, I'm on Instagram, simply_Southern Clean. That's a short one for you.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook as well, Simply Southern Cleaning Solution. Find me on there. And my email, you can reach me at Simply Southern Cleaning Solution, no S on the end, @gmail.com. Feel free to reach out anytime.
Awesome, people. Well, you heard the interview. I hope we were able to inspire somebody that's just still sitting back scratching their head or whatever. This young lady took a leap of faith, 2020, and she got a contract out of it. She took an investment. Hey, come on, man. And she followed up. She had to follow up in order to get that lead. Okay, pay attention. Okay, there's a couple people, they be like, man, it ain't working.
You gotta keep going. Matter
of fact,
they ain't gonna give it to you the first time.
Yeah, I got one lady that I spoke to. I think she followed up 5 or 6 times, and she got it on the 6th follow-up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So come on, man. This stuff don't happen overnight. You have to do the work. This is a grind, y'all. This is a real grind that I'm trying to get through y'all head. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to stay consistent. You have to have that word tenacity. That's why I named it Tenacity, because I really felt like that's what you need to have. If you got this right here, everything else is going to fall in place if you got that drive. You know what I mean? So I thank you so much, Miss Kamisha, for being on my podcast.
I thank you for inviting me.
And I think I'm going to bring you back on probably in the next maybe 5 months. We'll give it 5 months down, and we're going to see where you at. In 5 months, bring you back and do another one on you. Okay?
I'll be ready.
All right. I appreciate your time. I'm going to let you go on ahead and get back to work, and I'm going to get back to my other job.
All right. Thank you.